How do you price your dropshipping products on your Shopify store to not only get the most amount of sales and make the most money, but also to have the highest conversion rate? What's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're gonna be talking about something that's actually been getting requested a lot, and that is how to price your products on your Shopify store. I never made a video on this. I think it was just kind of something I overlooked. It seemed a little bit simple, but I guess there are a couple things that you have to know when it comes to pricing your products. Like I mentioned, not only to get the most sales and make the most money, but also to keep, maintain, and grow, increase that conversion rate that you're having on your store. Now, this is not gonna be a crazy long video. I think there's like 3 or 4 main points that I wanna talk about. So let's jump inside of my computer and start going through those. Okay, this first one I want to talk about, usually when we're going through bullet points list, it's a little bit more general. You got to take a step back. This goes beyond even just pricing your products. But for pricing, you guys, you're only going to find the perfect price point if you test different price points, right? See what works and what people react to the best and what's going to get you the highest conversion rate. Now, my whole thought process behind this, and I'll kind of explain something that I did. I had a product, for example, right? I'm not actually gonna mention what it was because I'm still doing it. But so I was not doing a free plus shipping for it. I was charging $17 and free shipping, obviously, which we'll talk about here in a second. So $17 product, it was selling well, making me money. I'm like, let's try it for 22. I raised it to 22. It was still getting roughly the same amount of orders, not really a drop. So overall, I was making more money, my margins went up. Then I tried to raise it up to, I believe it was 27. Well, then it took a big hit. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of the point. So then I really tested between like 22, 23, 24, and it turned out 23 was the most effective price for that product. So, jump around. I usually like to move in about $5 increments to see, if you're only moving like 50 cents or $1, you're not gonna get that big change in conversions. But if you're jumping, you can really see what people react to the best. Now, so that's just what comes down with testing. You gotta keep changing the price of your products as well as changing the traffic source. Because if you're constantly just giving it to the same exact influencer or even running it to the same audience on Facebook, changing the price, if you have ran it so much and you kind of depleted that audience, is not really gonna do much. Your conversion is just gonna keep going down and down every time you do that shout out. Now, one thing that I'm huge on that I think a lot of people don't talk about and a lot of you guys just as, building your business don't really understand is the mechanics behind a value ladder. Now, let me explain what I mean by a value ladder. Let's say, I don't know what product I have, an iPhone is not a good example, a wallet, okay? A wallet, let's say you go to Target, any place, a wallet's normally 40 bucks. Let's just say everybody knows a wallet is around $40 or more. So if you come in and you're selling a wallet for 20, people are like, wow, that normally goes for 40. Here it's $20. What a good deal. The value gap there is $20. So I see a lot of people on dropshipping and I'm literally looking at their ads and I'll go cross-reference this on Amazon. Let's say they're doing a necklace. They're selling it for $11.99. I go on Amazon, it's the same necklace for the same price or sometimes even cheaper. There's no value gap, which means there's no incentive for people to buy it. You have to be really, really, really good at marketing to make people not only buy something that they can get from a more trustworthy site for the same price, especially if they can get it there cheaper. So just kind of cross-reference your products and understand the value gap and what it normally goes for in the marketplace, because consumers themselves have been raised to be smart consumers. The customers aren't stupid, so they know the price of products, typically the range, and sometimes, I don't know if they do this, again, I don't know all these millions of people, if they do this or not, but they could go cross-reference it with Walmart, Target, Amazon, eBay, Best Buy, whatever, it doesn't matter. So just really keep in mind when you're going through your pricing, go look up the product. Literally Google it and see what it's going for, and then kind of based on that, you can see if that's something you should be doing. Now, there's obviously the classic free plus shipping method, free product, they just pay for shipping, and obviously for those of you who don't know, you make your margin on the shipping. Now, this is something that's interesting because it's platform relative. What I mean by this is free plus shipping for me, again, this is my way, what's working for me, works way better on Instagram. Now, just to kind of loop it back, what I just talked about with, the product that I've been testing, the price on the front end, that was on Instagram. So it was not even a free plus shipping, even though I had the margins to do so. So for me, if I'm doing free plus shipping, you're not gonna catch me doing it on Facebook. It's gonna be on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm doing, it's a retail offer, just a discount with free shipping. Now, that's something that people need to think about, but I want you guys to not only test a product. Let's say you're doing a necklace again, for an example. Free product, $9.99 for shipping, and it's working on Instagram. I want you to flip it. Now go charge $9.99 for the product and give them free shipping and just see the change. So really test between those two, and from there, you can start altering the price, both with the shipping price and the regular price. If you're doing a free plus shipping and charging 10 bucks for shipping, try charging 12 for shipping if it's working. Try increasing that and seeing at what point people stop really going for it. That's the best way to increase your margins, but that's only gonna work once it starts working. So I always like to start a little bit low and then just build up to it, kind of move up in increments. And if I jump up to an increment and it doesn't work, I'll knock it back down a little bit in between the last 2 increments. Just kind of test and figure out that sweet spot. Now, this is something I want to talk about when it comes to free plus shipping, and that's 2x. What does this even mean? You don't want your customer to pay twice. I know I've said this before. 2-time payment, that means they pay for the product and for shipping. Look, I really don't care what you do, whether you're doing free plus shipping or retail. There's only one situation where I would ever have them pay twice. And that's literally, this is the exact price point I'm using. I charge $5 for the product and $5 for shipping. That's the only type of offer. And by the way, I do that like 1% of the time, so very little. That's the only time I would make them pay twice. Other than that, why would you want to make them pay twice? It's gonna do nothing but lower your conversions. So work on your conversions. This is all the stuff that's going to increase that. But picking the right price is obviously super important. It's also not something you should overthink, like the majority of stuff when it comes to drop shipping, but you do have to test. If you have the wrong prices, people are not going to buy it. I think too many people are just throwing it out there. And not even just picking that specific price point. Let's say you have half of your products on sale on your site. Personally, I don't do that. I only like to have the 1 to 3 products I'm currently marketing right now be on sale. That's just how I structure it. On top of that, the prices that I'm picking, not only for the actual product where it's selling at right now, but if it's on sale, what are you doing for that compare at price? What's your compare at price? All this stuff matters. I see a lot of people trying to do stuff that ends in like 0.78 or 0.63, kind of random stuff, unlike the retail, 0.95, 0.97, 0.99, stuff like that. This stuff can work. I really do like doing some stuff like that for retail, mainly for free plus shipping. If I'm doing free plus shipping, I don't want to say I like to because I don't do it too much anymore, but I like to do a random number, something where it's like $13.68 for shipping, okay? So it's where it's kind of a random, it's not like one of those normal retail prices that you would see. Again, just something you can test to see what works best for you, because again, every audience is different. You guys, I can go through and outline all this different stuff in all these videos. It doesn't matter because you guys are obviously in different niches. You're promoting in different ways on different platforms. You have different skills, different things that are good and bad about your marketing. But at the end of the day, the audience might not react to what I'm doing when you're doing it. They might not react very well to that, but you have to test to figure it out. I think there's almost like a negative connotation around testing, but that's really what this business model comes down to. Pick a price, understand the value ladder, always compare what a normal retailer has it at, like a big credible source, to what you have it at. Start a little bit low, and then from there, once it starts working, move up in increments. If something doesn't work, if you go up another level and it doesn't work, knock it back down kind of somewhere in between the last one that worked and where it didn't work, and figure out that sweet spot. That's the most effective way to do it. I hope that helped you out with your pricing on your store. If you guys did enjoy the video, I know it wasn't too long, but it definitely was valuable if you were looking to, get some insight on this topic. I'd appreciate it if you guys drop a like down below, and if you haven't already, be sure to join the family by hitting that nice looking subscribe button, and I post every single day. So I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow on the next one. Peace.